Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Big Bass Semester 1. Tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about how to adjust your braking system and use your braking system and your reel to your advantage. I had a recent request to tell a viewer how to use this because he got a new reel, and I figured that's a really important situation for people who just got their reel and more newer fishermen and stuff like that, or people who don't really even know how to use that braking system, because it's really important to learn how to do that, so you don't always have to get whiplashes out, and so you can cast further, so your reel can be more efficient. So basically, this reel is the reel that the viewer had and he just got. So this is a Bass Pro Shop Pro Qualifier. It's a great reel. I have 3 of them. Great reel. I mean, it's for $100. You can't beat it. But this reel has a dual braking system. Basically, what this means is a lot of different reel companies will call it differently, but basically what you have to look for is the reel has a magnetic, which is the dial on the outside panel. If you can see that right there, the magnetic and the spring-loaded brakes on the inside of the spool. It has both of them. That's a dual braking system, and basically what that means is they work together to help you cast more efficiently. So I'm going to show you guys how to use that today. So let's get into it. So basically, guys, like I said, this is a dual braking system. You know, different companies call it different things, but basically, like I said, it's a magnetic and the spring-loaded brakes. So basically what you want to do is, how I like to tune it, is you have to find out some way how to get the panel off. So, like some Bass Pros, you'll push the logo. The most common way to get off a panel, like this is a different reel, a different company, is there's going to be a bar. If you can see that, a bar on the most of the time on the top part of the reel. Like the Pro Qualifier is a silver bar running across. You want to pull that bar out. Some reels you want to unscrew it and stuff like that, but it'll show you in your manual. So you pull that bar out with your fingernail, and then what you want to do is when you pull that out, hold it out and slide the cover forward, and it'll slide off. That'll release the tension so you can slide the cover off. So that cover just slides off. So those are your magnetic brakes. Next, what you want to see is on your spool, you have your spring-loaded brakes. Now, there are generally 6 brakes. I'm pretty sure all of them have 6 brakes. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. These brakes, you can see those, that's a spool. These brakes, what you want to do, very important, if you turn one on, you want to turn the opposite side on. So, when I mean on, that means to turn a brake on, that means you can press the spring. You pull the brake, see, you pull the brake out so the spring is compressed. So, generally what I like to have is I like to normally have 2 brakes on. That's comfortable for me. You know, I can really cast really hard sometimes and it won't whiplash on me. That's what I would recommend, 2 brakes on. Now, if you're having trouble with that and you're still getting whiplashes, I would recommend putting 4 brakes on. Basically, that's all you're going to want to go. Because if you're still having trouble, if you're brand new to baitcasting and you're still having trouble, put all of them on. Basically, what that does, the more brakes you put on, the more friction is applied to your spool, which in turn makes it harder to whiplash. So, what's comfortable for me is around 2. Now, if I'm casting a bait that I really want some more distance on, I will turn the magnetic brake up to 10. We'll get to this in a while. And I'll put all the brakes off. That's basically going to be really hard not to whiplash. It's going to take some experience not to. But once you get the hang of it, you can do that. But generally, I'll have 2 on. So, let's just say we put 2 on. Put the cover back on. Okay? Cover just slides back on and automatically locks back into place. You don't have to worry about that bar or anything. Then what this is the dial, the magnetic brake. Basically, it goes 0 to 10 on the Pro Qualifiers. Some are different, like the MGX has 28 or 29 different slots because it's a super expensive reel. That's a really nice reel too. And that reel, it has 28, so you can really fine tune that one. But this is a $100 reel. It's a great reel for $100 too. But anyways, this one goes 1 to 10. A lot of the bass, pretty much all, I think all the Bass Pros do. Most of them go 1 to 10. Basically 0 to 10. Sorry. So basically 0 being the least you can put your spool friction on from the outside. 10 being the highest. So common sense tells you that 0 would be 0 friction with the magnetic on the spool. So basically you're just using your spring-loaded brakes at this point. Then if you're getting whiplashes, turn it up, just say 2 or 3. Then if you're still having a little bit of trouble, turn it up, keep turning it up until you find your sweet spot. So basically, like I said before, a lot of times you can kind of work. If you kind of think about it, you can kind of use them both to really fine tune, like I was talking about, to cast far. Like a lot of times if I'm casting a really light bait and I need some distance out of that bait, I get a really small crankbait, I'll put the spool, I'll turn all the brakes off on the inside of the spool, and then I'll turn this to probably 9 or 10. So that'll a lot of times give you a lot of distance, but in turn that's going to be still pretty easy to whiplash. So like I said, just a general rule of thumb is just a really easy and general that I found, it's really simple and you can still get a lot of distance, is just put it on 2 brakes on, and then you're going to have to kind of experiment around and see what you feel comfortable, because the dial, in my opinion, is more personal preference, and kind of experiment around, see what you feel comfortable with. Lastly but not least is the spool tension knob. This is again what I think is personal preference again, to how advanced you are, to how experienced you are. Is this basically is you turn it clockwise, that'll tighten the spool, put more friction on the spool. Turn it counterclockwise, and that's going to put less friction on the spool. Now, you don't want this super loose because 1, it could fall off, and 2, because if you keep unscrewing this tension knob, it'll just eventually come off, and that's how you oil the bearing in there. That's another video though. And you don't want it super loose because a lot of times that'll give you play side to side in your spool. But I like to have it kind of firm. You don't want to put it too firm either, because that'll make your reel feel really hard to reel in. But I like it kind of firm and kind of loose, right around the middle for me. But that, again, personal preference. You have to experiment around and see what you feel comfortable with. So that's basically the Baitcaster braking setup layout. I hope you guys enjoyed. This will make your fishing a lot more enjoyable on the water, and you'll cast and catch more fish efficiently. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something in this episode of Big Bassmaster 1. I'll see you next time.